Hey, welcome. So excited to be together for our Team Connect on February 7. Happy Super Bowl.
Oh,
um, and yes, oh my goodness, so many good things happening in Arbonne, and um, we have the Age Well, set that comes with a free neck cream, so that's fun to feature that again. Because I get so many compliments on my skin. It's like I still like do a double take, like, wait, what? Because I'm so, you know what I mean? We're so spoiled with our Arbonne. It's like you forget that not everyone has this and they need it. So yeah, this is our month to really feature the skincare and also the makeup. And I think especially around Valentine's Day, that's a great, subject to feature, especially that it's cruelty free and vegan and, non-toxic, clean beauty, basically. And so I know a lot of people just probably have never even thought about it, but this is our chance to, just educate on what we value, most about Arbonne. And so we have that going on. We also have the, I don't know if you saw this, Brenda, the promotion, I forget what it's called exactly, the promotion bonus, basically. So when you become a district manager, you get an additional bonus. And then when you promote a district manager, the promoting consultant also gets a bonus. So it's like, oh my goodness, Arbonne, thank you. And that's on top of like your consultant achiever award and your district manager achiever award and all of that. So this is in addition. And it sounds like this is something I think it's going to be around. You know what I mean? This isn't just for now, it's something they really want to implement. So that is really cool because we've never gotten bonuses for like promoting out people, So that's like, wow, thanks, Arbonne. That's so generous.
wow.
So, yeah. And then another thing, so GTC, they have decided it's going to be virtual. So it's May 13 and 14 or something, around that time frame. And the reason is because Las Vegas is not open. It's not, and they don't have like a predetermined time of when things are going to be open for such a large group. So that's why they're Arbonne just had to make a decision because it takes several months to get the virtual platform set up as well. So they just had to pull the trigger and make a decision since Vegas was still undecided. So we are doing virtual. With that being said, and it'll be awesome, obviously. With that being said, though, Cecilia Stoll, who is, Carol Bodell is connected to Cecilia. She, for her entire success line, she is opening up an area manager and above retreat. So that's a little something, a little carrot to put out there. If you're an area manager by May 1st, you are invited to Cecilia's retreat that she is either holding. She said she's trying to decide between Miami or Dallas. Those are the two cities that are open, and she's just trying to, figure out which, building can accommodate and all of that. But yeah, if you're an area manager by May 1st, you are invited to Cecilia's retreat, which that would be really cool. And so anyway, just want to put that out there. And we also, I was talking to Mia about this. We have an accountability, just little group chat, for our team. And I'm redoing it. I'm updating it. So, the people who don't want to be in there, don't have to anymore or whatever. Their priorities have shifted, and we'll add, get Mia in there and for an accountability group. And it's just basically, it's just whatever, sharing wins. It's, a lot of people share the picture of their daily method for success sheet filled out and stuff. And so it's just like accountability to show that we're all doing, doing the do every day. And it's fun to just say, well, I did it, nothing came out of it, or I did it and holy cow, now people from 3 weeks ago are starting to respond, or from 2 months ago, it's just like a nice, again, picture of how things, it does. It's like the seeds are planted and then harvest comes, but you just got to plant a lot of seeds and keep planting. If you don't plant any seeds, you'll never get the harvest. So anyway, let me know if you want. I know Mia wants in. Do you want to be in that group, Mia? It's
Oh
like
yeah, absolutely.
message. Or
Yes.
yeah, and then do you want to, Brenda?
Yeah, is this on Zoom or is this Facebook
It's
or
just
what?
on text message.
Oh, text me. Yeah, please.
Do you? Okay.
Yes,
We'll
yes,
add
please.
you.
Thank you.
I'm just trying to figure it out, like who wants in, who wants out. but it's just fun to like be in touch with each other, know that we're all doing the same thing together. Cause I know it's like being distanced, and then, it's just a way to stay connected. I like it. So I wanted to, I just think this is a great segue into Mia's conversation, which I'm so glad you're on, Brenda, because I think you guys are on the same page. But Mia, do you want to share like your shift as far as a big decision you've made, a big commitment you've made to yourself, and why?
Yeah, well, I just I just got to the point. Well, something happened the other day, and I've been having problems with my shoulder, and I went to a physical therapist, and they
Mia's
said,
a hairdresser, so her shoulder
yeah,
is crucial to her employment and
yes,
livelihood.
yes, thank you. And then, they said to me, we may be able to help you, but we want you to see an orthopedic surgeon. This has been going on so long, we don't know if we'll be able to fix this. So I'm driving home and I started to cry just a little. I didn't like bawl. I just started a little, and then I was like, you know what? This is God telling me this is it. You got to make this happen, and like no more messing around. So I was telling Tammy, I am with every nook and cranny of my day trying to figure out how to get an activity. And I'm booking Facebook parties like crazy, and just, reaching out, and, not dilly dallying, every inch of my extra time that I have, it's like, I don't do the Netflix. I'm not going to do, anything that doesn't have to do with activity. I told my husband, if you see me on my phone, I'm not just putzing around on Facebook, I'm working, so that's it. And I said that I'm going area, and it's time. I have to, because if I can't work for some reason, I mean, that's a lot of income that I'd be losing. And, I went into this so that I could retire, but now I have to like really put the pedal to the metal, because, I feel like this is telling me it's time, no more messing around. So that's where I'm at right now.
It's amazing, because that's the key, is once you make a commitment and a decision, then providence moves. It doesn't work the other way around. Like things don't magically come into your path, and the people we attract what we're ready for. We attract what we're committed to. Commitment has to come first, and then the right people, the team, everything's going to line up. It's so interesting. I think I read this somewhere, that every successful person can pinpoint a moment where they decided, I don't want to live like this anymore. And, and it has to, like, I just gave myself goosebumps, because it has to come to that. Like, I don't want to live like this anymore. And then that propels you to dig in and make a commitment to yourself and to your future. Like a year from now, I will not be in the same place. I will not.
Mm-hmm.
I know for me, it started like that little, desire in my heart started when I went through chemo, and I lived by myself, and I had a mortgage, and it was terrifying to be told you can't work for 6 months, and I still have all my bills. I was just accepting and surrendering to the fact that I would be homeless. Like, I'm going to lose my house. I'm going to lose everything, because I don't have an income, and I certainly don't have 6 months of savings at the age of 27. And I just remember, again, going to bed at night, here I am going through cancer, losing my hair, all this stuff, and just thinking, will I lose my house this month? Big stuff. And you know what? I think people are going through this today. But it created this question in my mind is like, how do people make money without being clocked in? And I have to figure this out because I never want to be this vulnerable again, you know? And again, by the grace of all of the people in my life, we did fundraisers and oh my goodness, so many anonymous donors and everything. It was so humbling. I got through that patch of life and did not lose my house. But I tell you what, I had this determination inside my heart and I can feel it like, ooh, I feel it in my gut. Like I will never let that happen again. You know what I mean? I have to build a wall of security for me and my family and just know that I have something, but like I'm not at either a boss's, you know what I mean, decision like, Tammy, just don't worry about coming in anymore. We've replaced you, because that happens, you know, like my future isn't up to anyone else but me. And so when Arbonne crossed my path, and at first I didn't get it at all. I'm like, I don't even understand what you guys are talking about. I didn't understand network marketing. She's like, you can be a multi-million-dollar business owner working from your kitchen table. I'm like, I don't even understand what you're saying. Like, what? You know, but the more I was around Arbonne, I'm like, you know, maybe this is how people earn money without being clocked in. The second thing that happened that really made me make a decision, because I honestly, I didn't get it at first. I didn't get that Arbonne could equal what I was looking for. But when my sister was diagnosed with cancer and she was in Wisconsin, I was in Michigan, and it's, you know, 2 states side by side, but we have a big lake in the middle. So it still was an 11-hour drive to get to my sister's. And so, you know, for me, I was working 2 jobs and all this stuff, and I just could not get to her, you know, without missing work and everything else. And I tell you what, again, you're just at this crossroads where you're a slave to this job, you know, and you can't be with the people that you want to be with at this precious, precious time when the hourglass is losing all the sand. You know, I don't get too many more chances to be with my sister, but I have to be at this darn job, you know, because I have to pay bills and all of that. And I just remember thinking like, there has to be more. There just has to be more to life than this, than just being handcuffed to a job so I can pay bills. It's not like I was getting ahead. It's not like I was, you know, creating wealth. I was literally working to pay bills. That's the end. And sacrificing what I really cared about in the meantime. And so I think, you know, again, losing my sister was just the you know, 2x4 to the head. Like, you know what? Now's your chance. You know, you didn't take the chance before and you missed time with your sister, you know, how about now? You know, how about creating a way to earn money so that you're not ever vulnerable again like this, and missing out on being with the people that you really care about. And I think that's what it boils down to is, you know, life is so short. What do we really value? And I think for most people, it's just a universal value is we value freedom, you know, for freedom of choice, freedom of time, freedom to, you know, to be with the people that we want to be with, you know, when we want to be with them. I think that's something that everyone can value. So it's just, you know, it's interesting to just kind of connect to that. And then it gives you, it empowers you to talk to other people, knowing that everyone is feeling that way in some shape or form. You know, I know Sherry, for her, something big inside of her was, you know, just how hard she worked for a corporation and how easy it was for them to let her go and replace her. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, you know, nobody's that important. Sorry. You know what I mean? Everyone's replaceable. But yeah, it just so her value is just, again, freedom to create her own destiny, basically, and not put it in someone else's hands. So interesting, you know, how we can get so used to tolerating what we have, you know what I mean? And forget that there can be more out there. It's just, yeah, we have to change our brain and change our daily habits, you know, around that. And I want to talk more about this, but I just kept thinking about how, you know, like the theme of our Zoom this morning is just, you know, how the phrase preparation meets opportunity, or what is that, how it goes? Preparation meets opportunity. Something like that, you know what I'm talking about. But when preparation meets opportunity, yeah. And I just thought about how so often in Arbonne, we're not prepared for opportunity. It's like we want, you know, we want the team, we want the paycheck, we want the car, we want the vacations, we want the freedom that Arbonne can give us, but we're not prepared when opportunity comes our way. And what I mean by that is the way we prepare is by, again, like plugging into trainings, looking, you know, reading through our personal growth books, doing the daily method for success sheets, having your 100-person list, having, you know, I don't think many people get business cards anymore, but I do. So I have business cards on me. You know, I have Fizz sticks on me to share. I'm ready if I meet someone, you know, who asks about my Arbonne shirt or whatever, you know, I'm ready to talk about Arbonne. Are we prepared when opportunity comes our way? Because sometimes we think, you know, oh, I'll jump into the business when I have a team. And it's like, well, okay, wait, because we attract what we're prepared for. So we're not going to attract a team unless we're prepared to be a leader, right? Unless we're prepared to show them how to do this business, how to promote the district, how to get started, how to do a presentation, how to, you know, write their 100-person list and how to connect with those people. So we do, I think that's something that we kind of miss in Arbonne, is just taking pride in the little things. It's like we all want the big things, but the little things have to be cherished and cared for, and you realize that all the little things add up to the big things. So take care of, you know, staying in contact with your clients. I think that's something that again I've been reminded of just recently, is just how important it is to you know, value what we have before, you know what I mean, before more will come our way. So just valuing the clients that we have, and just being the best, you know, person to give them customer service and give them value and keep in touch with them. Remember birthdays, remember what's going on in their family, you know what I mean, even more than just skincare or nutrition. There's been so many I was thinking about, okay, so that's one thing, is just take pride in being prepared. Another, you know, key principle here is just learning to pivot and adjust, you know, to make way for opportunity. I know 2020, at least for me, was a huge pivot, because I was so used to doing presentations one way, or I was used to, you know what I mean, doing my one-on-ones, and now it's like, oh shoot, we can't share before and after, and I have to change my testimony, and, you know, we have to do a different presentation, and, you know, and listen to that, even those words, I have to, no, I get to pivot, I get to up my game, I get to be more duplicatable. But it took a minute to adjust to all of this, because it's like, oh, we can't share, you know, we can't, yeah, it was just an adjustment, like how to word things, and again, just make it more PC, you know, for the rest of the world. So yeah, we had to learn how to adjust. But even deeper than that, I think another principle in this business is learning to manage our expectations and learn to adjust when people that we thought were going to join us don't, or they join and then quit, or, you know, just managing what we thought was going to happen. You know, I thought I was going to be an MVP by now, or whatever. I thought I was going to be an area manager by now, but, and so just always, you know, adjusting, like, you know what, that means the only difference between a consultant and an NVP is some kind of learning. Like we have to learn something in that journey, and until we learn it, we're gonna keep getting lessons, right? But yeah, another key principle here is, managing our distractions and our time and our focus and our priorities, right? Because it's so easy to get distracted when we don't have a boss, when we're not clocking in somewhere. It's so easy to just it's so interesting. Carl and I have really been talking about this, how, we can be focused on something, but then we'll get a phone call or a text or whatever, and we go off on a whole another rabbit hole, or someone's asking us to do something or asking a question. The thing is, we have to protect our time and our focus, and just know that there's no life or death here in Arbonne. You know what I mean? Like, it can wait an hour, if you want to get back to someone in an hour, but use that hour for your reach outs, your follow-ups, your, scheduling, and, doing your events and stuff. So yeah, just protecting our distractions. Oh my goodness. That's like, I swear that's like the biggest part of all of this, is just protecting our focus. And also protecting our belief around when things pivot and when we are disappointed, just because I think that's a big part of this business too, is managing our belief, and protecting our belief, and knowing that, most everything we do in Arbonne doesn't show a result right away. And sometimes that's hard to accept, but it's just part of it. And we have to have a higher belief that, everything I do matters. And I'm not entitled to a promotion. I'm not entitled to a pay raise. I'm not entitled to, a vacation or a car, just by doing the work. But I know that it will make me better. The work will make me better. The promotion will come when we add value to other people, and when we stop making it about us, when we just find joy in literally helping other people light up and find their, true potential and stuff. That's when the promotion comes, is when we let go of the promotion, right? And just make it about other people. But yeah, just managing our beliefs that, if I'm doing the daily habits, if I'm doing the daily readings, I know my team will come. There's a story, there's so many of these stories in network marketing, but basically, when successful people are asked, what is the main advice you would give for a brand new person in the industry? And everyone, I mean, literally everyone would say, work hard, don't quit. Work hard, don't quit. That's all Cecilia has ever preached, is work hard, don't quit. And it sounds so basic, but think about this. So there was a story I was just listening to of a man who joined a network marketing company. After 3 years, he still had not, he didn't have a team. He hadn't even had a glimmer of a team. And of course, at those points, you think, shoot, should I even be doing this? Maybe I need to do something else. But then he, got that advice, just don't quit, work hard, don't quit, don't quit. And so he kept going because he loved the products, he loved the company, he loved the culture, it aligned with his values. So he kept going and he stuck it out. And guess what? At 5 years, he was making $30,000 a month. And he always said, what if I had quit when I couldn't, see any results? But he kept planting the seeds. He kept planting the seeds. He kept going. And then at 7 years, he was making $80,000 a month. That is just astounding to me. And I am sorry, but any clock-in job, you're not able to have that exponential growth in income. I knew I would never, ever, ever grow past my income level as a nurse. And it was driving me crazy because I just was working so hard to not get ahead. I'm like, there just has to be something more. So this is astounding. If we can just set our brain, and I hear it in Mia right now, is I've decided, I don't care how long this takes me, although sooner than later is better, but I'm closing the back door. There's nothing else. I'm not going to let distractions get in my way. I'm doing this. I will until, if it's meant to be, it's up to me. I mean, I hear that. Ooh, I have goosebumps again. I hear that in you, Mia. And again, you're going to attract now the right people, the opportunities, the all the things that need to cross our path in order, all the connections, that we need in order to find our team. So it's so exciting to hear that conviction in you. Because again, the difference between successful people and not successful people, it's not the absence of obstacles, because we all have them. I mean, you ask any MVP, they've heard the most no's, they've had the craziest stories, they've had all the disappointments, all the people that quit. But the difference, so it's not the absence of obstacles, it's the presence of persistence. It's the presence of that belief that I will until, that I know if I plant enough seeds, the harvest will come. And so that's what I was just thinking so much about today is, the preparation part. Like, we have to prepare for opportunity. We have to prepare to be a leader of a team. We're in the process, all of us right now, of becoming MVPs. And so, I remember that was such a big transition for me to go from being a team of one as a district manager to an area manager, where I think I had like 5 other district managers when I became an area manager. And it made me panic, because I was like, oh my goodness, they're asking me questions. I don't even know where to find that on the website. And what presentation are we supposed to be doing? And how do I help them promote? And I got the numbers wrong. Oh, it was bad. Anyway, I was a total disaster as a leader. I'm like, I had to learn to be a leader. So are we prepared to have a team right now? Are we prepared to give a training? Are we prepared to show, a new person how to learn more about network marketing as an industry, how to navigate our website, how to navigate, to find, reach out material and stuff in our Born to Win website? Do we know how to get a new person started? You know what I mean? So it's just like, we attract what we're prepared for. So that's what my message is today, is to not take preparing lightly, and again, I see so many people just skipping over that because we want the big rewards, but it doesn't come without the little everyday, the so-called little everyday habits that lead to the big things. So what are your thoughts on all of that? You're so cute, Mia.
Sorry, I was just writing down that last statement that you had said there. So this is really, I needed this today because with working a little bit more hours than what I had been doing. And I was doing a second job besides working at IKEA. I was doing freelancing visual merchandising after I got off at 2:30. So I've stepped away from that. So I want to start filling my calendar, my time up with Arbonne. So that's definitely a decision that, I have made, that I need to start filling up my calendar for that stuff. So just really focusing and just really, did a lot of searching for myself of, what do I want to do? And it's like, this is what I want to do because I love the product. I want to help people. And, the results of what comes out of that is, time will tell. But I definitely want to be there and sharing the story and helping people as much as I can with their, their health and just their journey and their growth as well, too. So
I feel that from you, Brenda. It would be so fun to even work with you in your job, because I can tell you're just such a lovely person, with a desire to help other people in no matter what you do. So yeah, this is a people business, and you're right in your lane, because I can tell you are just a sweet person. You have that genuine warmth about you, which is attractive, and you can't teach that, So you already have a lot of advantages. But yeah, I think that's that's what it takes. And for me too, I had to make a decision to put Arbonne in my life. I had to make a decision to schedule things and not waver, even though, you know, my family might be doing extra fun vacation things, and I'm choosing, you know what, to stay with my plans because I already have these events planned. And I remember we had all these people over to our house because we had a pool, and they're having drinks and food and the music and everything. And I remember I had my Arbonne bag over my shoulder. I was dressed to do a presentation. I remember like looking out at the yard and how all these people were having fun, and I was leaving the party to go do my business. And you know what? For a minute, I was like, oh, but I knew in my head that I wanted a bigger life. I wanted a bigger life. I wanted to never be in that position again where I didn't get to make the choice to be with someone that I loved, or that I'm just simply working to pay bills. I knew my life was bigger than this, and I didn't know how it was going to look or how it was going to happen. I just knew I had to do it. So I knew I couldn't wake up in a year and be in the same place. So for all those reasons, I was like, I'm doing it, so, but that's the thing. It's like, we have all these like distractions and dream stealers in our life, like, oh, Mia, you don't really have to do that right now, do you? Or, oh, Brenda, seriously, what is Arbonne? Like, you're not even getting paid. Like, why are you doing that? And it's like, no, this is how every entrepreneur starts. You do a lot of work, you do a lot of sweat equity before you see the big reward, but the big reward is coming. And so I can't miss a day. I got to keep showing up for me and be the best consultant on my team, even if I'm the team. That's it. Hi, team. Let's go. Let's have a good day. Like, that's how you have to talk to yourself, because that's the thing. If we, would you want to sponsor you? It's like, oh, okay. I heard that. So yeah, that's cool, Brenda. You're I'm so happy to schedule Zooms with you or presentations or anything. And then keep in mind, we always have the Tuesday Discover Arbonne's and the Wednesday Healthy Livings. And oh my goodness, I forgot to even mention this. This week, I can't remember if it starts today or tomorrow. It might start today. Anyway, this week, it's our team. It's our team's turn to post in the Healthy Mind, Body, Skin group. And so I'm doing the Healthy Living for Wednesday this week, and I'm going to also go live in that group. So that's something that you can put on your calendar to invite people to, if you so desire. And then also, I think Carol did the Discover Arbonne last week, so it's probably Maxine doing the Discover Arbonne on Tuesday. And then, yes, if you are so inclined to volunteer to do a post or something in that group this week, let me know. Like making a shake, making a fizz, saying what kind of, skincare regimen you like best, or a mask, or whatever, whatever it is that you like. You could post about it this week. So let me know if that's something you're interested in. And then, and remember that group is designed for, like, if you have a Facebook party or a Zoom event or whatever, if you're meeting people and either they have become a preferred client or consultant, you can also add them to that group to learn more. Or if they never signed up with you, but you've talked to them, it's a way to put people in and just drip on them a little more, because maybe what you said they weren't connected to, but what Katie Brown talks about, they would, or, you know what I mean? So it's just a way to get more exposures so that people will eventually make a decision. Or I've had people, reach out to me based on that group saying, oh, I didn't know Arbonne had that, tell me more. And I'm just like, okay, that's cool. Because they're just getting more exposures that way. or more ideas like how to make treats from the protein powder or whatever, you know what I mean? Protein cookies and all of that, which maybe we'll go on and show how to do that too. Because Carl makes this cake. I am telling you, it is out of this world, and it's vegan, Mia, but it is like the most moist, delicious, decadent kind of treat. And it's from the protein powder. I think it has avocado in it and cooked sweet potato, and it's like such odd ingredients, but it turns out amazing every time. We just gobble it because it's like real nutrition, not just a treat. You know what I mean? It's like actual food. Not
Ooh,
just
I want the
sugar
recipe.
and carbs.
Me
Yeah,
too.
I'll send it to you. But
Absolutely.
just stuff like that, where you can have healthy treats and fuel your body with them. It's not like, you fell off the wagon, or, you have to feel bad. Or I just always want people to know and realize that being healthy doesn't have to mean deprivation or starvation, or that you have to punish yourself. You know what I mean? So anyway, yes, just getting that point across in that group, because people are like, what? You make cookies? You make cake? Like, okay, maybe I can do this 30-day thing, because I don't have to be so deprived.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway, but yes, so Mia, what did you gather any takeaways from?
Well, I just was having these thoughts while you were talking that, what needs to be done is to step out of your comfort zone, which is what I've done. They say that all success lies on the other side of discomfort. I think something like that they say. And so, I feel like I talk about the business more with conviction. I was always afraid to talk about the business because I actually would think when I told people what I did, because my clients would say, "Oh, you have 3 days off. How nice." And I go, "But yeah," I said, but you know what? I have another business and it's a network marketing business." And they go, "Oh, what is it?" And I tell them, but before, when I used to, be saying that to someone, in the back of my mind, I would think they're thinking, "Oh my God, this is a pyramid scheme. She's doing some silly little business." And I don't feel that way anymore. I have more conviction about what I'm doing because I know what it is. I understand it, and I have the utmost confidence in it now. So I think that I'm having more conversations that I was uncomfortable to have before. I'm doing the Facebook parties that I was not comfortable with because I hate getting on video. And I'm like, you know what? Just get over yourself and just do it. Who cares? These other people aren't doing it. What if they criticize you? What? Let's see them do it. So I think it's that just having conviction in what you're doing and stepping out of the comfort zone of the things that you think you can't do are the things that you need to do.
And
So,
it's okay to be vulnerable and say, oh my gosh, I'm so kind of nervous about getting on live, because that connects to people, because everyone else is like, geez, I don't know if I could do that. But then you say, but I'm so passionate about this message that I am willing to get on here and
yeah.
sweat through my clothes right now to talk to you, because then people are like, oh, okay, what? She's really, fighting a panic attack right now. Maybe I'll pay attention, so that's actually a great connecting point.
Well, that happens to me all the time when I'm doing my parties. I have a script and I go off script and then I look back and I'm like, I have no idea where I was right now. And I'll say that, I'll go, you know what? I have no idea where I am right now. Hang on, let me get back to it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Honestly, because that just makes you lovable. It makes you endearing. Like, oh, good, she's flawed too. Like nobody wants perfect.
Yeah.
And I
No, I was
just
gonna say if we were. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, it's okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say if we were perfect, people would say, "I'm never gonna be able to do that," right? I mean, that's
Yep.
just the thing.
And that is
And
the kiss of death in network marketing, for someone to say, good for you, Tammy. I could never do that.
Right.
No,
Right.
I didn't want to come across that way.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You want people to say, this girl can do it. I could probably do it better. That's what you want.
Yeah.
So, oh my goodness. So to your point though, I don't know if you saw, I did a Facebook Live the other day, just because I had this really profound experience at the gym, I'm already getting like nauseous. So it's so crazy. Okay. The power of our mind to try to protect us from discomfort. Okay. And it's psychological. This is like an actual physical thing. Like my feet are sweating right now just thinking about this because, okay, so I've had all of this, surgeries and manipulations and trauma to my chest. And in the past, I've, tried to go back to exercising. And one time this happened to me like 4 years ago. I went to do a push-up. I was actually working out with a personal trainer, Tara Guthrie, who's on our team now. That was my whole plan, hiring her to be a personal trainer, FYI, because I wanted her so bad on our team, and it just, made more time for us to be together. And she had me put my feet on an exercise ball, and then I was supposed to go down and do push-ups. I fell flat on my face. Like I literally could not hold myself because my pec muscles had, I've had so much manipulation with my pec muscles and everything. Ever since then, I have been so anxious around doing push-ups. And so the other day I was working out with Carl, and, I'm still doing light weights and doing my own pace and all of that. But he's like, okay, let's finish up the workout doing push-ups. And right when he said that, I'm like I started to clench up, and I kept trying to tell myself, you know what, Tammy, you're okay. You can just try one and see, you don't even have to go down all the way. It's okay. But I'm just reliving this trauma of like literally falling on my face. And I'm down in position. I'm on all fours, and I'm just like, okay, Tammy, you can do it. You can do it. And I'm like sweating. I'm getting nauseous. I'm like fighting tears because it feels like I'm trying to talk myself into jumping off a cliff and bungee jumping or something. Like, why is this so hard? It is my brain trying to protect me. And I'm having to just talk myself through the resistance. Like, just do one. Just do like a baby one. And so I'm like, I'm like, okay, I'm okay. Everything's okay. And, it's so funny because people are walking by. I'm probably like, I'm like sweating and like, okay, you can do it. Okay, try one more. Okay, one more. And it was, I ended up doing like 10 little half C's. And I'm like, okay, I did it. And I'm like nauseous and I just need to take a break. But oh my goodness, okay, I did it. It's okay. You're not getting harmed in the process of doing something that's uncomfortable, Tammy. It's okay. So then I went back and did, some more halvesies. I ended up doing 30 half push-ups. I'm like, whew, it's a big accomplishment for the day, but it just caused me to realize that the brain is so powerful, trying to protect us from any trauma, from any past, perceived trauma. Like it really is. And our mind is so much stronger even than our body. You know what I mean? But we have the power to override our beliefs. We have the power to, because a belief is only a repeated thought pattern. That's it. It's a repeated thought pattern. So that's what we do with personal growth. That's what we do with affirmations. That's what we do with our daily habits for success. We're repeating and creating new neural pathways, creating new beliefs about who we are, what we're capable of, where we're going, but that's why it's so important to do the daily, the daily, and not to miss it, because that's what we're doing. We're rewiring our brain. And my goodness, we have to, because our brain is so strong, trying to keep us from being disappointed, trying to keep us from, being made fun of or whatever we're afraid of. Our brain is trying so hard to keep us from any harm. But when you look at, success, you have to, it's like most people, once they bump up against something uncomfortable, they're like, whoop, never mind, I don't want to. And they stay the same, right? And their whole life passes them by. And all the elderly people that are interviewed say the thing they wish they would have done is, not live with regret. They wish they would have gone for their dreams. Like no one is saying, oh, I regret going for my dreams. No one. But they regret not going for their dreams. So when we bump up against discomfort, our natural inclination, our brain is there to protect us and keep us from being uncomfortable. But on the other side of discomfort, if we can push through and talk ourselves through, like, it's okay, this is how businesses go. People quit, people quit on everything. People get, whatever. This isn't my team right now, but I am in process of finding my team. I'm in process of becoming an MVP. I know that, if I just keep planting seeds, the team will come, the harvest will come. You know what I mean? We have to override all those disappointments and the discomfort. And on the other side is expansion, is our potential, is success, is opportunity, is everything that we've ever wanted. It's on the other side of that discomfort, just like you said, Mia. So discomfort is actually the access point to expansion. Woo. And you think about it, like even in yoga, when you're doing stretches that are like painful, and you can't, it's like, ooh, that hurts. And they say, breathe into it, breathe into that tightness. And sure enough, after a minute of breathing into it, your muscles expand, they stretch, they, adjust. And it's like, but we have to stay there. We have to stay in that discomfort for a minute in order to expand, get to that expansion part. And so just knowing that, like, logically, it helped me override my fear of a push-up. And I know it sounds ridiculous, like, Tammy, seriously, like, why are you so, but I just thought, wow, this is the power of the brain resisting trauma, you know what I mean? And any kind of discomfort, and how this applies to every area of our life, and how cool it is when you can override it and know you can override it with repeating thoughts. Repeating a belief is only a repeated thought pattern. That's it. We can change what we believe. And that was, honestly, that's like been the most empowering part of being part of Arbonne, which, as we know, Arbonne is a personal growth company disguised as health and wellness. But that was the gift that was handed to me when someone, had the courage to talk to me about Arbonne. Is it gave me the ability to know that I didn't have to be a victim to my circumstances. It gave me the ability to know that I could change the outcome of my life, because of all these books that I was reading, because of this community, I was no longer a victim to circumstance. So, woo, powerful stuff, isn't it? I was just like, oh my gosh, this is the thing right here, is just knowing that we have the power to override our brain and our perceived danger, because it's not, doing a Facebook Live is not perceived danger. Like, you know what I mean? No one's going to die from doing a Facebook Live. Is it uncomfortable? Yeah. But look, on the other side of a Facebook Live is finding your team, is that expansion into everything you've ever wanted. And honestly, it's handing the same gift to them, Sherry and I had a great talk this week about just, making Arbonne bigger than you. Because honestly, I remember hearing, then this is where it goes from your head to your heart, is just realizing that this business is so much bigger than you or I. This business, if we just keep doing what we're told to do and keep planting the seeds, it has the ability to, not only create an income for you, but create income for other people, and that you don't even know yet. I remember hearing Cecilia speak on stage in 2013, and I just started bawling, because she was talking about how, because of her yes, she's oh my gosh, she was able to provide. It's like when we get out of the hamster wheel of just, working to pay bills, we start to have a bigger view of the world, like, oh, there's needs out there that I can help with, that people out there are waiting for my extra. They would never have any opportunities unless I showed up and gave them my extra income, my extra time, my extra, resources. So she was talking about how in Africa, there was a village where, because of civil unrest, the way they managed their political system was to literally cut off people's right arm, because that's how they voted, was with their right arm. So they went through and literally cut off people's arms, women, kids, like men, were walking around with no arms. And so she, and this is like stuff I would never know about. You know what I mean? I would never know any of this because I was just working to pay bills, working to pay bills, working to pay bills. She, because of, you know, her income and her platform, right, with Arbonne, she was able to create awareness around this, and she and her team were able to supply prosthetic arms for this whole town. And I'm like bawling, like, how amazing is that? You know, so then she went on, I think a couple years ago at her VP retreat, again, because of her yes, because she worked hard when no one was looking and did the daily habits, she created a platform so that people listen now when she talks, and she can create awareness for things that people wouldn't know about. And so she was talking about Zambia, how in Zambia they have the lowest life expectancy of any other place in the world. It's like 33 or something, because there's so much homelessness and just poverty, really. And so she was creating ways to build houses for people and, again, help kids, you know, because the kids are just dying, they're orphans, they can't, you know, they can't feed themselves, all of that. And so again, we raised as a VP team, because of her platform, because she never quit, she was able to, you know, connect needs that are bigger than her, you know, to people who had resources and means to donate. I think in that like 45 minutes, we raised as a VP team $100,000 to go towards, you know, building homes in Zambia. Well, now, you know, again, because of Cecilia's platform, she is creating awareness around child trafficking, and has connected with Tim Ballard, who's in charge of Operation Underground Railroad. I wouldn't have known about that without her, you know what I mean, vision to use her platform to do things that are bigger than her. And so now, like when we buy Arbonne swag and whatever, she'll post a link and we can get hats and t-shirts and whatever. And all the donations go to Underground Railroad, you know, to help fund these, you know, people going to crash these cartels and whatever. The crazy thing is about human trafficking is you can make way more money trafficking a child or a girl or whatever than you can off of drugs or selling firearms, because there's only one sale. When you sell drugs, that you only get paid one time, but you can sell a kid 30 times a day. And then the next day, and the next day, and the next day. Break my heart. But do you see how this is so much bigger than us? If we can just commit to doing what we need to do, you know, and believe that everything we do matters, believe that, you know, all the seeds we plant are going to grow into something, or you know, or it won't, but something's going to come out of it eventually, you know. And just believe that, you know, this business is so much bigger than us. Like, God, I really believe that, you know, here we are, we're in a company that's 41 years old, only 2% brand recognition worldwide. I really believe the people in this company were called for a bigger purpose. And that's you, that's me, that's, you know, it's like we're called. And I felt that when Cecilia was speaking in 2013 at GTC. I felt called, like, oh my goodness, okay, woo, let me just stop making this all about me and my pity parties, and you know, and realize that this could be something so big, you know, that it could actually change lives that I haven't even met yet. Like, how amazing is that? And, you know, it's so inspiring to know that you have something that could make such a big difference. So believe it, know it. And just like Mia said, get that conviction, like there's nothing else, we're doing this. And I might fall on my face, but I'm going to get back up and do another push-up because I can override my beliefs, and I can, you know, I can do hard things. That's been my mantra lately, is I can do hard things. I've already proved it, and I'm looking for other people who can do hard things too and have grit, because it's worth it. It's worth it for the bigger expansion, the bigger opportunity that's out there. It's so worth it, everything that we do. So, woo, you guys get me all inspired. I love you so much. It's so fun. So any parting thoughts? I'm so glad you guys jumped on.
Thank you. Me too. Very inspiring. I'm just taking lots of notes, and I have a lot of things to do.
Another fun thing that I was just thinking about after the earthquake in Haiti when was that? 2012? No, it was before that. 2010 maybe. Whenever the first giant earthquake was in Haiti, that was so devastating. Arbonne as a company actually did more for Haiti than the Red Cross. Arbonne as a company decided, like, you know what, we're not okay with seeing people live out of blue tents, you know, under tarps and whatever. And so Arbonne took it upon themselves, Arbonne leaders, not corporate, but the leaders took it upon themselves because they had been blessed with more. They were going to figure out resources to help build homes in Haiti. And so they built like 25 homes that, or no, maybe more than that. I know there were a bunch of homes built that 25 people could live in. That's how big they were. And so then a couple years later, Hurricane Stephen or something hit that island. And because of all those homes that were built, so many people survived that next storm, you know, that they wouldn't have otherwise. And it's just so cool. You know, we also, at that time, we had the protein shakes that were pre-made. You know, they were already like liquid. You just open it up and drink. So we, as a company, you know, and again, not corporate, but the field, we all decided to do big fundraisers, and we were shipping all of these pre-made proteins, you know, so that because they didn't have clean water or anything. It's just so cool to be part of a company that has such a heart to give back, you know. And same when Hurricane Harvey hit in Texas, Beth Lomez, who's an MVP out of North Carolina, she took it upon herself she called corporate. She's like, can we get trucks to send? She goes, we'll get the products, we'll get the donations. Can you drive trucks to Texas as close as you can get and get them there? So Arbonne, we got the products ordered, you know, to send and ship to the hurricane area. And Arbonne actually donated their trucks, you know, and paid for gas and all of that to get all of these supplies there for the workers and anyone who needed extra food or whatever, fizz sticks. We were sending Phytosport, those ready to drink proteins, the protein packets, water bottles, all the stuff that we could think of that might help them. But I mean, it was arranged like within days. And this girl worked nonstop to make that happen. And again, it just makes you so proud to be part of a company where people, again, get out of their rut of just working to pay bills. And that's what I want for all of us, for our team, is just to get out of, just know that this is so worth it. Like, you know, beyond your discomfort point is expansion into more than you can ever imagine. So, woo, good stuff. It makes you proud, right?
Thank you.
Aw, you're welcome. I'm so glad you jumped on, Brenda.
Yeah, exactly what I needed today. Hey, I do have a quick question. The GCC, is that going to be like we register online for the virtual like we did last year?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they'll send out communication for that?
Yeah, they'll announce everything. That's just what they said is they just wanted us to know. Like, that's why they haven't, you know, usually we were registering for GTC like in November, and they hadn't put anything out, but that's, you know, they were just trying to see what was happening with Las Vegas, and then they just had to make a decision. So,
okay, cool.
So that's the decision. Now they'll work on creating the virtual platform, whatever they have to do. It's like, thank God we don't have to think about it, right?
Right.
Thank God I don't have to figure out a virtual platform to get, you know, 50,000 people on, or however that works. I don't know. The bandwidth and I don't know. I'm glad they're worrying about it.
No, I really enjoyed last year's that they did a virtual, and I thought they did an excellent job. So I'm looking forward to this one.
Yeah,
they did.
Like 30 Hard was kind of like GTC, didn't you? Just listen to all these amazing trainers.
Yes.
So good.
I think we need to do that again.
Yeah, Cecilia said she would. She just wanted to like end on a high note so that people, you know, wouldn't like get bored of it or whatever, so that it would stay special. And then, yeah, we'll do another one, I imagine, maybe in the
Okay.
fall or something, maybe in August. Or,
Good.
yeah, something. So fun. Well, love you. Have a wonderful Sunday and happy
You
Super
too.
Bowl if you care about that. And but yeah, people are watching the Super Bowl, so it'd be fun to do an Arbonne post like of a snack or something helthy,
Oh, that's a good idea.
just
It
to
is.
say, or to say, we have fizz sticks to to help you get alkaline again after your indulgence today.
Yeah, that's
It's
great.
all good. Love you guys. Have a great rest of your day.
Yes,
Thank
thank
you.
you
Yes, and
so
I'll
much.
get that group chat. I was just waiting to hear back from a couple people, but I'll create a new group chat today too. Okay.
Cool.
Great. Thank you.
All right.
Yes.
Love
All right, you guys. Have a
Love
good
you.
day.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.